Just 14 days left before the March 31st deadline, and we're talking taxes as always with Virendra Kumar, CEO at Value Research. And today we thought we'd take in some viewer queries considering we have just so many questions coming in on tax planning. Virendra, hi, afternoon. Our first query today is from Suri Khan. She's a senior citizen. She wishes to invest about 1.5 lakh rupees in tax-saving mutual funds and wants to know which is the best tax-saving mutual fund. And more importantly, she wants to know whether she should invest the whole amount in one mutual fund or spread it. While yesterday, Dhiren, you did give us a whole list of which are the best tax-saving funds. But I guess the more pertinent point is, should you be looking at investing all the amount in one tax fund because all of them have the same goal, saving taxes, or should you spread it across a bunch of mutual funds?
No, I would say that don't complicate it, choosing one fund because and right now, ideally one should be investing in equity over a period of time, because I don't know if this is the overheated market or market will correct. But the moment you are right now, you don't have a time, you don't have a choice. You have to necessarily invest before March 31st. So maybe for next year, for the next financial year, maybe plan your investment, invest 1,500 rupees a month, and you achieve your 1.5 lakh rupees over the full course. But that part, I think investing in a tax saving fund at one go, which has to be necessarily held for 3 years, is not that risky, because the real problem is the liquidity provided by mutual fund. When you see it crumble and you are tempted to walk out, here you are forced to stay back. You can't do anything about it. So you don't have a choice right now, and don't complicate it. Choose, and there are too many good funds, with a long history, and maybe think beyond 3 years, because a lot of investors think that it's a 3-year deposit kind of thing which you have to necessarily pull out. You don't have to. If you don't need the money, carry on and have a longer view. So maybe don't have, you can do with just one fund or at most two.
Okay, so those are some of the recommendations that are coming in from Dhirendra. It's time to move on to the next viewer query. This one coming in from Mukund Khare, who writes saying that he's looking for a one-time as well as STP investment in tax planning in ELSS mutual fund schemes, and asks, is it always the best strategy to go for schemes on the basis of a 3-year long performance, and how exactly to select a scheme which may not have a 3-year performance criteria, and caveats that wants to buy into schemes which have better 1-year performance instead of those with a stellar 3-year performance but with inferior 1-year performance. So clearly the investment horizon is shorter and seems to be at a 1-year time frame. Dhirendra's question also is, what is the element of risk in this strategy, and is he right to observe that tax planning and ELSS have different as well as composite benchmarks?
One is that, don't complicate things. Keep it simple. Look for a fund which has done consistently well over a longer period of time. And that is amply reflected in our rating. That is amply reflected in the kind of recommendations that we make over a period of time. So, and most investors' need are almost fully met by choosing one or two funds depending on their time frame. Though there are plenty of funds, and variety of funds to choose from. But most investors can actually simplify it based on their needs and based on their experience. If you are a first-time investor, get started with a balanced fund or a tax-saving fund, depending on if you are a taxpayer or not. Look for a longer history. And avoid the fund which has not been through a full market cycle, because if you are looking at a fund which has seen only the good part of the market, you don't know how it will do when the markets crumble. And if you see a fund which is doing very well in a crumbling market, I don't think you can take consolation, because that fund may not do well in a rising market that may be managed very differently. And other thing to look for is, so I would say look for a good rating, avoid the ones with poor rating. Then qualify it with 1 or 2 more things. Has the fund manager been around? And does the fund follow articulated investment strategy? Looking at that, if you are able to arrive at 1 or 2 funds, that is good enough. Stick to it. When you find a good fund, keep investing. You don't have to necessarily add funds to derive superior performance.